Hey friends, hey family, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Crystal Blue. I do Christian content and I also do what's called the Word of the Day. I also have videos and shorts of me and my family having fun together, and I also have inspirational shorts. So if you like what you see and hear, don't forget to like, subscribe, and most of all, share. For those of you returning, happy Thursday or Friday Eve. We are almost there. Tomorrow is Friday. Praise God. So today we are going to be reading from the book of Psalm again, because, like I said, it's just one of those great books that you can pretty much live your whole life by. Today we're going to be reading from Psalm 42. And I read this, I don't know how many times, and I have two different Bibles. I have this Bible, and then I have like my studying Bible. And I have not highlighted it, but I underlined it with a pencil in this one. But I think it might actually be highlighted in my other book. I have to go check. I'm not for certain. But when I saw that I had it underlined, I'm like, I've read this before and I highlighted it for a certain reason because it makes sense. Lately, I've been feeling kind of tired, kind of drained, kind of worn out, just working my job, dealing with the kids, running every day, just trying to keep my health in check. And it's just like sometimes you just get weary and you get burnt out. And I find myself, instead of going to the Lord for that refreshment and going to Him for that rest, I've been kind of going the opposite direction. It's been harder for me to read my Bible. I haven't been as consistent as I used to be. And I'm just going through one of those moments where I feel like the enemy's just trying to lull me and pull me away. I'm starting to watch more Netflix again as opposed to, reading my word. So last night, I just kind of forced myself to read a few scriptures because I was like, I have to do this. And once I started reading, I couldn't stop. So I just kept on reading. And then I said a prayer, and then I finally fell asleep after some watching Hulu or something last night. But I did take the time to spend to read in the Word. And when I was reading, I went back over this verse for today. And it is Psalm 42, verses 1 through 2. And it says, "As the deer pants for streams of water, so my soul pants for you, my God. My soul thirsts for God, for the living God. When can I go and meet with God?" And that's kind of how I felt. It's like I was feeling empty, I was feeling drained, and I needed that living water. I was thirsting for God, but it was just like my flesh didn't want to read. My flesh just wanted to sit there and binge watch Netflix and Hulu. It's like the enemy was trying to pull me away, and I could feel it. Like I just hadn't been motivated. And I think it happens to all of us. We just get into those moments where we get into a lull and we start going back to the things of the world. And it may seem innocent at first, like, oh, I'm just going to watch this one show. But the enemy is crafty and he has a way of pulling us back in. And before we know it, we're back into our old habits of binge watching Netflix, not spending time in our word and doing things that we're supposed to do. So I could kind of feel that happening over the past couple of weeks. And I had to force myself. I'm like, get back in it, get back in it. And once you do, you'll feel that fire come back and that thirst, that wanting to get the word. So these verses were actually right on time for me last night and for today. I'll read it again. It's Psalm 42, verses 1 through 2. And it says, "As the deer pants for streams of water, so my soul pants for you, my God. My soul thirsts for God, for the living God. When can I go and meet with God?" And that's how I've been feeling. It's like my soul needs it. My soul is thirsty. My soul is starting to become emaciated because I'm I'm tired. I'm weary. And the enemy is just like draining all that out of me. And he knows the more that I just sit and binge and do all these other things and watch Netflix instead of staying in the word, I'm going to feel lack. I'm going to feel that want, and I'm trying to replace it with things that aren't going to fulfill me when I'm thirsting for God. I'm thirsting for His presence and His Word, and that's what I need. And this, again, it hits the nail right on the head. It was right on time for me. I'm like, this is what I need. I need God right now. I need Him. I need that fire back, because I think it's normal for every Christian to go through those lulls where we just kind of slip back into the world and we start doing the things that we were trying to get away from doing. And that's why it's so important to have good Christian friends and accountability partners who will help you stay accountable and say, hey, have you read your word today? Have you spent time with God? And I have no problem getting up in the morning and doing my devotions. That's not a problem. I do that. That's like getting up and brushing my teeth. But throughout the day, taking that time to spend, I used to like spend hours during the day just like reading the word. But now I'm up here playing Candy Crush on my phone and watching YouTube when I know I should be reading. And the Lord's been convicting me of that. As soon as I start playing a game of Candy Crush, I hear him say, "You could be reading." And I'm like, "You're right." So thank God that, God is convicting me. He is still there. His presence is still there. He has not left me because he's reminding me, you know what you could be doing with this time instead of playing games, instead of scrolling on your phone. And I always say, "You're right." And then I'll, get off my phone and I'll either read, um, I'm actually reading The Power of a Praying Woman by Stormy O'Marsh, and I'll either read a chapter out of this or I'll just read a few verses. But I hope this encourages somebody because I know we all go through those lulls sometimes and we're just not feeling it. But we need to want to be like that deer. We need to want to thirst for that word and just thirst for just his presence. We just need to immerse ourselves in it because it gives us refreshment and it gives us that fuel and that fire that we need when we feel like things of the world can give us what we need. It won't. His word and his presence is what's going to give us what we need and what we crave most of all. So if you guys have been feeling that lull and that lack, get back into your word, push yourself to get back into it. And once you do, you're going to hunger for it and want it more and more and more. All right. I love you guys. I hope this blessed you. And again, it was from Psalm 42, 1 through 2. Get back in the word because we need it. Like I always say, it's our fuel. All right. Again, I hope this blessed you guys. And Lord willing, I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.